do something.
Oh, he's giving us a finger there.
Probably giving us the finger? Really?
Come on out.
Yeah, come on out.
Come on.
Show your Really? Oh my God.
Gave me the finger.
How you guys doing? Good. Good. Wonderful.
Each other all the time.
Hi.
Do you see them taking pictures of us up on the second story?
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. I knew they would. Every time they come by, even with 2 or 3 people, we all do the side thing. Last time we were here, we had hundreds. We had people up on the roof. Good. That was awesome.
All right, let's go.
Let me know when you're ready and I'll try calling them.
Okay, so when we say we're here for the Castanet, you have to pan out over there, okay? And then David Lindsay's gonna phone. Okay, everybody, so we're back in Kelowna just for one special event, and this is an event unlike others. Today we are gonna go visit Castanet. Castanet is one of the news organizations here in Kelowna and Vernon, and I think even Penticton. And they tend to write hit pieces about these doctors and other people doing freedom movements. So we thought today we would come and help them to better understand exactly what has transpired with these doctors, exactly what the Justice for the Vaccinated Tour is really about, and just improve their journalistic ability. We're here to always help people. So we are going to make a phone call and see if they'll come and meet with us. David, you want to make a phone call?
I'm going to try and make a phone call. Hopefully I got the right number here.
Now I should tell everybody that as we arrive with the bus right in front, up in the upstairs windows, people were taking pictures, going, oh my gosh, the bus is here.
And they're filming right now.
And then
Yeah.
let's wave.
Let's see if they're brave enough to come and talk to us.
Yeah.
I think that's what journalists do, don't they?
That's
Well, they
right.
should, but well, this is an integrity test whether they really are journalists.
The entire pandemic has been an integrity test. Yeah, I mean at every stage, for all the politicians, for the doctors, for the media, for public health, it's been an integrity test, and they have failed utterly.
And
so
I
we
think-
would like to speak to them about it.
I think the fact
Speakerphone?
that we've been out here, for probably 15, 20 minutes now, and nobody has had the courage to come out and talk to us, or even report on this great event. I mean, this is not an ordinary thing when the Justice for the Vaccinated tour bus comes and parks in front of your building. Yet we haven't had anybody emerge yet. They're all hiding in there.
We could knock on the door.
We will knock on the door. Is nobody answering the phone, David?
Do you know when we did the first medical tyranny protest outside the College of Physicians and Surgeons, they knocked the door. It shows
We're
that
outside
how-
of your office here in Kelowna, and Dr. Malthouse and Dr. Hoff would like to approach you and talk to one of your reporters.
Sorry, who is this?
My name is David.
Oh,
Yep.
this is Dave Lindsay, is it?
That's correct. Yes. Yeah, and we're in front right now of your office, and Dr. Hoff and Dr. Malthouse would like to come up to your front door and just talk to one of your reporters for a couple of minutes, if somebody could be available.
About what?
About the tour and some of their
The
misinformation and concerns they had. Maybe somebody could do an interview with them.
I see. Okay, thanks, Dave.
Okay, thank you. We're outside.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, the integrity test.
They already know me by first name.
Well done, Dave. Let's see.
So they're coming down?
You know what?
We'll see.
They
We'll
probably
see.
will. I would wait about a minute and then just go right up to their front doors and knock. My experience has been, if you knock on their doors and they don't feel threatened, they will usually answer the door and come out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been my experience.
All right.
I guess the question is whether they're afraid of the truth or not.
Exactly, eh?
Yeah, of course, that's the issue of the truth, and the old style journalism, or we presume the old style journalism, we may have to have a look back in history, that they would actually cover a story like this. It's really important when you're looking at these COVID shot injuries and deaths, and that's for such an important topic that I think any newspaper would grab the story. Dr. Hoff and I have been traveling around the province, British Columbia, and also Alberta, and we're trying to give out the information so people can make an informed decision about these COVID shots and when they're going to get their booster or not. And so this, I think, is probably the #1 story of the times. We have people hold up one hand in the audience when we're speaking if they know one person who's been injured or has died, and two hands if they've had more than one person. And it's just about everyone in the audience who holds up two hands. So it's such a ubiquitous problem that we really need to they need to report on it and get the word out. But let's see what they come up with.
Well, it's time for there to be truth in reporting, and truth about what is actually happening in not only British Columbia and Canada. And I just find it interesting when we have an event as significant as what we're doing with the Justice for the Vaccinated Tour. And in the days when journalistic integrity was part and parcel to how reporters operated, we never had to come to their place. They always came to an event and reported reported on the facts and let people decide for themselves, rather than cultivating stories that are designed to be propaganda hit pieces, and probably to serve the interests of their clients. The millions of dollars that the media is making off the advertising of promoting these poison shots. They don't want to jeopardize or compromise that. And that's a sad day for reporters, that's a sad day for journalism. Most importantly, that's a sad day for Canadians. Thank goodness we have independent reporters and people who are getting the message out. People have to turn to the alternative media now if they want to have at least a real sense of what is transpiring. You can't trust legacy or mainstream media anymore. They are bought and paid for, regrettably.
Well, I think we should go over to the Castanet to their front door and knock and see if they respond. They know who we are and what we're here for, and maybe if we knock on the door and we're polite, they'll come out and talk to us.
We can have a chat.
Let's go see.
Let's go have a chat.
We should all stay back and get from the
Yeah.
So I'm looking in the building. I don't see anybody downstairs. There's nobody home.
This speaks volumes, doesn't it? Don't face truth.
Like more than one?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe voters as well?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if they want to meet us or not.
Yeah, this is a real test for journalists in this community and everywhere. Do they want to talk? Do they want to know the truth? Do they want to report the truth? We've come to them. We're not even waiting or expecting them to come to us. We are here. This is their house, Castanet. If you could look in this window, oh, there's somebody over there ignoring us.
Yeah.
You see that individual over there?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, two people. Apparently they're deaf because they don't even acknowledge.
They're waving to
now.
us. They're telling us that they have heard, and they're just ignoring us.
Okay, they don't want to know.
We'll give them some time.
Yeah.
We'll give them a minute. We'll stay here.
Yeah.
I think this is actually where we may be going to citizen journalism, where it's up to the citizens to get out there, report the evidence, the stories and so forth, and we can't trust our usual media anymore. So so citizens, get your cell phones and get out there and get the evidence.
But the other thing is time and truth go hand in hand. And so as more and more people are realizing how dishonest the legacy media have been, they are sabotaging themselves. They are losing credibility. And so, unfortunately, they are their own worst enemy because they are proving themselves to be untrustworthy.
Tell a little bit about maybe why we're here specifically today. I mean, we're in the area, but there was an article they put out that we have some concerns about that some of the material that was in that article was not accurate, particularly referring to Dr. Hoff and myself in certain terms. And yeah, and we're here to help them to correct the story so they get the real story.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, they're guilty of not only of defamation, but of spreading misinformation. And so we just wanted to correct the record, that's all.
And I think anybody who relies on the Castanet for news needs to understand that this is the kind of the lame duck journalism that you're getting now. This is a one-sided propaganda news service that won't even meet with people to correct the record or find out what is actually transpiring at the events. And I'd also like to say, anybody who knows somebody who is vaccine injured, please get in touch with us. You can go to Justice for the Vaccinated. The website is vaxjustice.org. You'll find out all the information. Go to mycva.ca. You can also find out, listen to the events. Listen to what we are talking about. Listen to how many people we are helping and how many lives we are saving. That's the key here. We are saving lives. We are giving people license to get help, to identify their injury, and move forward. All right.
Should we give one more knock and see?
One big one.
We haven't had anybody responding so far, so.
I just got a voicemail from, or not voicemail, I got a response.
Yeah, and what did
And I
they say?
asked them if they would like to come out and talk to doctors and do an interview with them. And they said, no, I don't think so, and hung up on me. And no reasons were given. She just said, we're not going to talk to you.
I see.
So they're
So
not,
this
they're
is
not-
a news service that thousands of people rely on. If there's ever a better example of what is transpiring in the media, this is it. And this is not limited to just Castanet. This goes to all CBC, CTV. We have a problem here, Canada. Fortunately, we have a solution, and that's called alternative media.
Yeah, and I think we could also say that them saying, no, we don't want to talk to you. I mean, we've been going up and down the Okanagan speaking and getting, hundreds of people who have questions about what's going on and then need answers. And this is a big story for this, even for this local area. And that the newspaper, the Castanet, which is well read in this vicinity, is not willing to come and speak to the doctors that are doing this tour. I think it's perhaps because they can't control the story. In other words, they can't change it, rewrite it the way they like to reach, preconceived conclusions. So I think this is a good example of really rubbish journalism, in that they're, not just rubbish, meaning bad quality, but also that there are agendas behind the stories that they're putting out. So I would recommend that people stop reading the Castanet. If they won't come out and get the story when we're out, on the pavement here, then their stories are not worth listening to.
Well, and I think we're going to have to talk to their advertisers, because, if people can't trust what is being written in the news, and the news isn't really the news, what kind of publication are you paying for here? Certainly you don't want to be contributing to what is now basically propaganda. I think, there has to be some accountability on that front. There were stories, real stories of people in these communities that this Castanet news service provides information about that they're ignoring. People that are hurting, people that have died, people that have had a devastatingly change to their life as a result of being vaccinated. These are stories that were worth publication. These were stories that were worth the public knowing about, and they are denying you access to that information.
Yeah. Well, I think we could probably leave them a brochure, and if they're interested, they can contact us or read through the brochure itself. It's really a pity that this is all that we have in for the media.
But this speaks volumes about their moral integrity. The fact that we have come to speak to them in a kind and gentle manner about correcting the record, and they do not want to hear about correcting the record, speaks volumes.
Yeah.
The fact that they are not willing to engage, they're not willing to get the information from the horse's mouth, and instead to spread defamatory misinformation about us. And when we come to speak to them to correct the record, they do not want to speak to us. So I think this shows their hand, unfortunately.
Okay, guys.
All right.
We've been here for half an
Back
hour.
on the bus.
Yeah.
We're gonna get on the bus and we're
We tried.
heading out. Okay.
We did.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
You know, it's interesting that every article they do against us, they always say, we called John Doe and they didn't respond by press time.
Yes.
We should say the same thing. We showed up here. They decided
They refused to speak to us.
They refused to speak to us.
All right. Very disturbing.
Okay.
All right, you guys.
Nice
Let's go.
try, nice try. Now, let's get a good picture of the Castanet so people know who we're speaking about.
Yeah. Let's stand right in front of the building.
Yeah.
Come on over this way. There's the sign up there.
Yeah,
And
good.
you can actually get the angle sign there. And we're on Lawrence Avenue in beautiful Kelowna.
Downtown Kelowna.
Beautiful city, but
It is.
Bad news reporting.
Yeah.
In this case, no news is bad news, you guys. All right. So we're gonna love all these wonderful people. Fortunately, Kelowna is full of great freedom fighters, people who do want to tell the truth, and make sure that there are stories online. You just gotta find them. People look a little harder to get your real news. All right, we're gonna say bye for now. We're back on the bus. We're actually heading home for a few days, and we'll be publishing our next event schedule.
okay.
Justice for the Vaccinated tour. Check it out.
Ciao, everybody.
Okay. What chickens? What absolute
It speaks volumes.
What
chickens?
does that mean? Is it like a type of chicken that's from
Castrated.
I don't know. Castrated. Castrated.
Did you get that picture, Denise, of the
Castrated on
sign
the neck.
about
The
Castanet?
ones around the corner that are.
We're gonna get on the bus. Get on the bus. Let's go.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Okay. Thanks for all your sacrifices.
Got it?
Got it. Fantastic. Those are really good signs. More true than ever.
What? Oh my gosh! You've got to be kidding. Yeah. Have a great day.
Yeah, we'll get them to give them a ticket for parking the bus there.
Yeah, they should be parked.
Yeah, the parking's right here, we'll tell her. Okay, have a good
Thanks,
day.
guys.
Yeah,
You guys
thanks.
have a great day.
Well, I never seen a guy park a bus in the middle of the street.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Safe travels.
Come back soon.
Yep.
Give her again.